new tribe? It's your girl Naja here, and I am back with another video. Now this video is going to be a story time, and I'm like about to like low-key talk shit, and like the people I'm talking shit about are like right here outside this window, so if they hear me. But yeah, this is going to be a story time that actually happened yesterday. This all happened yesterday. Well, when you guys are watching, it's not going to be yesterday, but this just happened recently. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna get right into it. If you like my story times, you guys can read the title, you know what it's about. If you guys like my story times, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, let's just go right into the bullshit. So my apartment, I live on the second floor. Okay, I live on the second floor. Before I move anywhere, I always do like in-depth research. I look at reviews. I actually go to the physical place. I get a tour. Sometimes I'll go there by myself, like without getting a tour, and just drive around the neighborhood on a weekend or on a weekday and get the different vibe. Like, you know, I look at pictures online. I look at floor plans online. Like, I do a lot of research. I look through all the Google reviews, the good and the bad, the most recent and the old. Like, I really look in depth on where I move, because I don't want to be in a shitty situation for a year, up to a year to 15 months. Like, I don't. I really like this place because it was very spacious for the price, and it had wooden floors upstairs. A lot of places do not do wooden floors upstairs for this exact reasoning. So I was going to this other place. It was the same price of rent as this apartment is, but it was way smaller, and they did do wooden floors upstairs, but they actually had a thick layer of concrete between the floors, and then they put down like the faux wood over it, right? So that would prevent any noise that you would make from walking and stuff like that, because usually when you put a wood floor on the second floor or the third floor, it's very, very noisy, so a lot of people don't do it. Now this neighborhood that I'm in is around like 30 years old. Just re-renovated it, all new appliances, nice appliances, new carpeting, but the living room and the kitchen and the bathrooms are all wooden floored. But I know that they literally just stripped the carpet and put a wooden floor over it. Like, it has to be all they did, because all I saw on the reviews for my neighborhood was, oh, well, if you live on the bottom floor, you're fucked, basically, because upstairs it's gonna be so loud, you'll always hear your neighbors, like, it's really loud, XYZ. And I remember when I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get a first floor apartment, because the last place that I was at, I had a first floor apartment, which I kind of prefer to have a first floor apartment. It's easier with groceries. So I like to have a first floor apartment, but this go around, I'm like, I really like this place, I really wanna live here, but I do not want to have noise above my head, because when I was on the first floor, even though they did carpet it on the second floor, my neighbors used to like 8-town stomp every fucking day. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people where I'm gonna go and complain about some shit. I really don't care. I mean, like, shit, you're paying to live here, I'm paying to live here, but I don't know. I just don't really give a fuck. So I never went up. I would see my neighbor all the time that was banging on my fucking ceiling. And you know, he was actually a cop, and I would say hey to him, he would say hey to me. I really don't care about shit like that. Like, as long as you're not stomping when I'm trying to sleep, we're Gucci. Like, I really didn't care. I knew moving into this neighborhood I was going to get a second floor apartment, because I paid my dues. I already had somebody stomping on my shit. Like, I paid my dues. They're telling me that the wooden floor is very fragile. You could hear any and every little thing. So why would I get a first floor apartment? I'm gonna get a second floor apartment. So, you know, as soon as we move in, like as soon as I move in this bitch, I notice how fragile the floor is. Like, I'm walking, I hear stuff creaking, like it's just very fragile. And I'm just like, damn. At the time, I believe like an old woman lived under me, very quiet, really wasn't doing much. And yeah, you know, I would walk around and I would just feel so bad, and like I would even tell Daniel like, hey, chill, you know, like, because I don't know, I just want to be courteous to people, and just because I did that research, I just know that the floors are like fucking like light, okay? Everything was Gucci. Like, after a while, I'm walking like normal, nothing's really going on. I guess it's like normal footstep noises and stuff like that. But then I got a fucking dog, okay? Then I got a dog. Not only did I get a dog, I got a puppy, okay? I got a little energetic ball of fluff puppy, okay? My dog likes to jump. She likes to sprint, Okay, and if you guys watch my videos, you know that in Florida we have something called a parvovirus, and it's very deadly to puppies. Only 50% of puppies live if they contract it. So we could not have Spodie outside. She had to be puppy pad trained in the apartment, so she could not run outside and get all her energy off. She had to be in the apartment. So her only playtime was in the apartment with her toys. And she would, you know, make little noises and stuff, but I just thought because she was so small that they weren't big noises, right? So, you know, she's doing her, she's doing her. I think we had some new neighbors move in. I am not entirely sure because you guys know I work from home. I barely ever leave the house. I'm at home like all the time. So I don't really notice like any of the traffic and stuff. But one day when Daniel came home from work, he said that he did see a moving truck or whatever and that people were moving in downstairs. So I was like, okay. Spodie is doing her thing. She's running around. And I remember it was like a Saturday. I want to say it was like a Saturday. I really want to say it was a weekend day because we were up late. I want to say it was like midnight on a Saturday, or it was either Friday or Saturday at like midnight. You know, we're all laying down on like the floor. Well, not laying down, but we're sitting on the floor and there's Spodie, and you know, we're throwing a toy to her and we're teaching her fetch. So we throw the toy to her, she'll get the toy, run back, throw the toy again, she'll get the toy, come back, right? So the toy is plastic. It's like a little plastic bone. So we're throwing it, we're playing fetch or whatever, everything's Gucci. Me and Daniel are taking turns playing fetch with her, trying to get some of that energy off so she can go to bed. So out of nowhere, we just hear like a boom, 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 boom on the floor. And I'm like, and we both just freeze and we're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So I don't know about y'all, but I'm expecting somebody to come to my door because that's usually how it works. Like, before you even on the ceiling, you usually come to somebody's front door, knock on the door, and you know, address your shit, say what's up. So I'm just sitting there waiting for somebody to come to the door. Like I put a wig on, I put a wig on, you know, I put on some pants, you know, I'm over here waiting. Nobody showed up. So, you know, Daniel and I are getting kind of aggravated because we're like, you gotta understand, this dog, I pay rent for this dog, okay? That's just not cheap. I had to get this bitch microchipped. I had to get this bitch DNA tested for the fucking office. Like, it's not cheap to have a pet and live here. And I even checked with the office. They actually have a weight limit for animals that live on the second floor. So it's like my dog is fitting all this criteria, and you know, niggas is beating on the fucking boop 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 on the ceiling with a broom, I'm sure. So, you know, at first I was like, okay, I'm gonna call the office tomorrow and like let them know what was going on, XYZ, because I know how people in my neighborhood operate. People here are very fucking bougie. Like, I know how they operate, and I have a very clean slate in this neighborhood. I don't want no problems with nobody. So, you know, I was like, I'm gonna call the office and tell them what was going on. Like, I wasn't throwing no party or nothing. It was just my dog. Like, she's very energetic. She can't go outside because her shots weren't done at the time. So I just wanted to, you know, clear my face up, clear my tracks before something escalated out of nothing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep on it, and if I feel like I should call the office, I'll do it in the morning. So when I woke up the next day, I kind of just like reflected with myself, and I'm like, there's really no need to call the office. Like, that's really extra. I'm not gonna do it. I don't wanna bring attention towards myself. Like, I'm the type of person where it's like, I just like being in my own little bubble. I don't really like having my spot hot or my spot blown up. Like, you get what I'm saying? I like to just be very, you know, in the cut with my shit, with my home. Like, I don't really want to put my shit on blast. Like, nah, no. And then I'm already like a big, like, you know, like oddball in this neighborhood because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that's at social media for a living that lives here. Like, people in the office know me as like the YouTuber girl. Like, so I'm just like, I don't want to be the YouTuber girl starting drama in the neighborhood. That's why I was like, I wanted to call them. But when I woke up the next day and I slept on it, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna do that because if there was a problem, they would have hit me up. So I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, it's all good. So then, you know, some time went on, and all that we did really was like, we wouldn't let her throw the plastic toys. We didn't play fetch with her anymore because we just thought the main noise was like the toy hitting the ground before she goes to get it. So we stopped playing fetch with her altogether, and we just let her play by herself, which sucks, but it's like, we're trying to be considerate of the people below us, so we're not going to, you know, play fetch with her anymore. Time goes on, Spodie goes to the vet and she gets her last shots, and she ended up getting surgery like a few days after she got her last shots for the parvo thing. So now she can go outside, but she's healing from surgery, so she had the cone on her head. So she had the cone on her head for a week. So no Spodie movement for a whole week, okay? Chillin' Spodie, chill Spodie, okay? The Spodie we all know and love, the chill Spodie that could just lay down and be a good dog and not try to run and jump on shit, okay? That goes on for a week. She finally got her cone off a few days ago. And you know, it was just same old, same old. We didn't take her outside immediately because the cut was healed, but at the same time, we didn't really want to get any outside germs on the cut. So we were still like, you know what, we're still gonna keep her in the apartment for a week. And if we do take her out, it'll be a very short walk and just bring her back in. Like, we just want everything to heal properly. We don't want her to be on like antibiotics or something because something got infected. Like, we're just being very cautious. So we're like, you know what? We're gonna keep her in the house for a little bit, take her outside on a short walk if she has to go, but for the most part, keep her in here. Like, we still haven't taken her to, my neighborhood has a huge doggy park. Like, it's the size of a tennis court, like a huge doggy park. But she's yet to go to that doggy park because we just don't want anything wrong with her stuff. You know, we're trying to be cautious. Daniel goes to work, right? It is maybe like, it's a Sunday. This happened on Sunday. And damn, this happened yesterday. What's today? Today is Monday? No, it happened on a Saturday. It had to have happened on Saturday. This couldn't have happened yesterday. It couldn't have. Maybe it did. I don't know. But it was 10:30 in the morning. I had kind of overslept. I went to go get Spodie her breakfast, you know. I take her out of the cage. She's excited because she's outside of the cage. She goes and she eats her food or whatever. It's cool. I'm about to sit on the couch and start working, do some editing. So, you know, I sit on the couch, I have my laptop. Spodie is running around doing her own little thing with her toys. So she has this toy, and I showed it on Instagram before. It's like a toy where it's like a rope and then there's like a ball at the end. So she'll bite the end of the rope and just go like this with the ball and stuff, or like she'll jump and like hit the ball. Like, she just does whatever she wants with the ball. So she's doing that. And honestly, I didn't think it was making much noise because there will be some times where she'll do some shit and I'm like, ah, nah, bro, you gotta get put up because nah, you being too loud. Like, now you need to get put up. Like, I check my dog. Like, I'm trying to be considerate of my neighbors. So, you know, there will be some times where Spodie does some shit and I'm like, nah, sis, you need to go in the cage because you're doing the most. But genuinely on this time, she really wasn't even making no noise. Like, I'm over here working, she's doing her little thing, then all of a sudden you'll hear another doo 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 on the fucking, I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm confused. So I'm like, yo, I don't even know what's going on. So I text Daniel and I'm like, yo, like, they're banging on the floor again. And he calls me immediately and I'm just like, he was like, what was going on? Like, what did you do? And I was like, nothing. The dog was just playing, but I didn't even think she was playing that loud, but apparently she was. I stayed on the phone with him and we were talking about it, and then all of a sudden I get a knock at my door. So I was like, okay, cool. This is our neighbor. Like, I'm about to talk to him, stay on the phone with me just in case, you know, because I'm home alone. So I'm just like, you know, just stay on the phone with me just in case. So I open the door and there's this man. This man looks nervous as shit. He looks nervous as hell. So I was like, okay, I'm not about to like pop off at him or anything. Like, I genuinely want to have a conversation and like figure out what we can do at this point, because I pay rent for this dog. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the one beating down the damn floor. I pay for this dog to live here. My dog's a puppy. She likes to play. In a week or two, maybe she won't make that much noise because she can go outside and get all her energy out. But for right now, like, she just had surgery. She can't be outside the house as much as we would like her to be, right? So, you know, the man's there and he was just like,
hey, can you please just like keep it down?
And mind you, I'm holding Spodie with me in my arms so he could see like, yo, I'm not gassing, like I have a dog. So I'm holding Spodie. Spodie growling at this man. Spodie is growling at this man. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm holding her. She's just growling, trying to like get at him and shit. And not like super threatening because she's a little pupper, but, and I was like, yeah, you know, it's my dog. I have a dog. She plays. I don't know what to tell you. And he was just like,
oh, okay, yeah, I just want you to know, like, can you just keep it down?
I was like, look, I'll put her up for you, but I can't really have her outside like that. She just had surgery. In a week or two, you know, she'll be outside and maybe the noise will go down, but I'm not the one stomping up and down. Like, it's literally just her. The floors are really thin. I don't know what to tell you. She has a lot of energy. and he was like,
yeah, she does have a lot of energy. And
he tried to pet my dog. Spodie was like, who are you, sir? Yo, my dog is so bougie, bro. Yeah, you know, he was like,
yeah, she does have a lot of energy. And
I'm like, yeah, you know, no bad blood or nothing. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I do try to check my dog, but the fact of the matter is she's a dog. Like, I pay rent for her. I did all the proper procedures to have her in my apartment. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't. Like, we don't have carpet. It's really thin. Read the reviews online. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, well, you know.
And I told him I appreciate you coming up here to talk to me and stuff like that. And we just went our separate ways. I put Spodie in the cage, and that was that. But like, now I'm just like, if my dog, you know, my dog isn't even done growing. Like, my dog is not even done growing, and this bitch is gonna be big by the time it's time for us to move out. So I really don't know how this is gonna progress in the future, but I did see on the reviews for my neighborhood where people, well, not the reviews, but we have like a community portal for the neighborhood where people will complain about certain things, and then, you know, the leasing office will address it, or like maybe if somebody's trying to sell something, the leasing office will address it, or maybe there's a party at the office, post it there. It's like a community forum. Whenever people on the community forum post like, oh my god, like my upstairs neighbor is so loud, like how do we blah 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 blah, the office will mainly just say like, look, that's just how the floors are made, like I don't know what to tell you. Or like when people complain about dogs, it's just like, look, they paid for those dogs to be here, I don't know what to tell you. So it's kind of just like, we're at like this point where it's just like, okay, I'm trying to compromise, but it's like, it's kind of out of my hands because I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, all I can do is make sure my dog, you know, doesn't do the most. But that one day when he came up to my apartment, I genuinely did not think it was that loud. I just think he finally wanted to like show face and be like, hey bro, like what's going on type shit. But yeah, that was the time when my neighbor decided to come to my door and bitch me out. He didn't even bitch me out. He was really cool about it. He was really laid back. He was really cool about it. And I appreciate him coming up and talking to me, because that's just always like how I feel like you're supposed to handle shit with neighbors. Like, show face and like tell them what's going on instead of doing passive aggressive shit. Like, I appreciated him coming up and actually talking to me about it. I'm trying to compromise and help him out. I cannot help how this building was built. It's 30 years old. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, after I leave this apartment, I'm either gonna get a house or a townhome, because I can't. Like, I really can't. I'm tired of the upstairs downstairs shit. I'm tired of neighbors. Like, I can't. I'm tired of my ceiling getting beat on, and I'm tired of my floor getting beat on. I've been in both positions before, and yeah, I don't know, this is just a wake-up call for me that I need to either get a house or a townhome after this, because yeah, it's not cool. My dog needs to be able to be young and free and live her best life. All right guys, so that is it for this story time. Has anything like this ever happened to you guys? Please put it in the comments below, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.